interior room on the lowest floor of a building. In addition to large hail and damaging winds, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. The National Weather Service in Sterling, Virginia has issued a special marine warning for Chesapeake Bay from North Beach to Drum Point, Maryland, Chesapeake Bay from Pools Island to Sandy Point, Maryland, Chesapeake Bay from Sandy Point to North Beach, Maryland, Chester River to Queenstown, Maryland, Choptank River to Cambridge, Maryland, and the Little Choptank River, Eastern Bay, until 8:30 p.m. At 6:23 p.m., strong thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 14 nautical miles west of Fort Smallwood State Park to 12 nautical miles northeast of Tidal Basin to Reagan National Airport, moving east at 15 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater and small hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boaters and small craft could be thrown overboard by suddenly higher winds and waves capsizing their vessel. Locations impacted include Chesapeake Bay Bridge, Greenberry Point, Knapp's Narrows Bridge, Miles River, Severn River, Highland Beach, Mattapique, Poplar Island, Chester River, Parsons Island, Sandy Point State Park, Eastern Bay, Tillman Island, Bloody Point Light, Kent Narrows Bridge, Thomas Point Light, Herring Bay, North Beach, Shadyside, and Mayo. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. The National Weather Service in Sterling, Virginia has issued a special marine warning for Chesapeake Bay from Pools Island to Sandy Point, Maryland, Chesapeake Bay north of Pools Island, Maryland, until 9:15 p.m. At 7:20 p.m., strong thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 22 nautical miles northwest of Gunpowder River to near Middle River to near Fort Smallwood State Park, moving east at 20 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boaters and small craft could be thrown overboard by suddenly higher winds and waves capsizing their vessel. Locations impacted include Pools Island, Northeast River, Wharton Point, Turkey Point, Spississippi Island, Gunpowder River, and Aberdeen Proving Ground. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. A special marine warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. For the following areas, Chesapeake Bay from Pools Island to Sandy Point, Maryland, Chester River to Queenstown, Maryland, Patapsco River including Baltimore Harbor. At 7:06 p.m., strong thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 10 nautical miles west of Middle River to near Pinehurst to near Annapolis, moving east at 15 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater and small hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boaters and small craft could be thrown overboard by suddenly higher winds and waves capsizing their vessel. Locations impacted include Hart-Miller Island, Pools Island, Baltimore Light, Gibson Island, Dorchester Beach, Fort Smallwood State Park, Sandy Point State Park, Love Point, 7-Foot Knoll, Magothy River, North Point State Park, Bodkin Point, and Pinehurst. The special marine warning is canceled. The affected areas were Chesapeake Bay from North Beach to Drum Point, Maryland, Choptank River to Cambridge, Maryland, and the Little Choptank River. The gust front has moved out of the warm area and no longer poses a significant threat to boaters. A special marine warning remains in effect until 8:30 p.m. For the following areas,